Brexit fishing disputes between the UK and France turned hostile when a Scottish fisherman vowed that not a single French boat would be allowed into British waters if the French followed through on their own threat. The EU and the UK have so far failed to reach a compromise on a number of issues in Brexit trade talks. Brussels negotiator Michel Barnier has told Prime Minister Boris Johnson he must allow EU vessels to fish in UK waters if Britain is to be granted access to European markets. French President Emmanuel Macron has been especially vocal during the Brexit talks, pressuring his EU partners to stand by this line and not give the UK concessions. But with the transition period ending in December, fears that the deadlock could lead to a no-deal Brexit are growing. Fisheries could prove to be the issue that derails talks, and also threatens to be the source of hostility once negotiations are done. BBC Hard Talk spoke to Scottish fisherman from Peterhead, James Stephen, who responded defiantly to threats that France could cut business from the UK. Reporter Stephen Sacker highlighted the French government as trying to maintain the EU's hard line on fisheries. Mr. Stephen said that if France takes action against the UK, a tit-for-tat situation will arise. He added, "Not a single French boat will fish in UK waters if I can't get a kilo of fish into France. Simple. Tit for tat." The presenter said this sounded like war on the sea, to which Mr. Stephen replied, "So be it." In the same documentary from April this year, Mr. Sacker met with fishing figures from France. Permanent representative for Hâte de France to the UK, Jean-Paul Malot said that fishermen in France could spark blockades in the English Channel. He said, "We are in a tough negotiation, and yes, fishing is the first dossier on the table, and unfortunately it's not possible for the French to give up like that. We know that the fishermen, their reaction is going to blockade in the ports here in Boulogne and probably in Calais, which means that will affect the other side of the industry." French President Macron has vowed to fight for French fishermen in Brexit talks. France is one of many EU nations that could lose a great deal from a no-deal Brexit. In 2019, the head of France's main farmers' union warned that a no-deal Brexit could have a severe impact on French agricultural exports. Christiane Lambert of the FNSEA union said French wine and spirits producers would be hit hardest, as their sector had a £1.1 billion (€1.2 billion) annual surplus in trade with the UK.